Oh shit, what's good? Hey everybody. You already know it's your man Chris, uh, aka Apocalypse. And once again, I'm repping Blurred Minds Media. Y'all know we the new faction. All right, let's get it cracking. It's another motherfucking Monday night mayhem. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's good? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm ready to get it. Feeling excited. Uh Not just about this show particularly. Got some good news on some upcoming Blurred Minds media business, but we ain't let that cat out the bag yet. Fuck, what I'm saying? Screw all that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, J Wall was good.
Oh man, just another glorious Monday, my friend.
I know that's right.
We got a stacked week this week, my guy.
Oh shit, stack.
Oh yeah, we stacked.
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah, real quick shout out. J Wall's here already. You know what I'm saying? But real quick shout out to Earth the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. You know what I'm saying? Marathon podcast Sunday. What did he go like 10 plus hours?
10 hours, 47 minutes. The man is an animal.
Yes, and none dare call it World War Three. All right, J Wall and myself hopped on for you know what I'm saying, as long as we could with trying to bring a different level of information, you know what I'm saying, to y'all about this whole Russia Ukraine situation. But anyway, it goes. Just a real quick shout out to our man Earth the Nerve. Check him out on his platform. Somebody got to say this shit. All right, wish Dr. Wednesdays and all that. All right, and real quick before we get into it, another quick shout out. All right, to my tag team partner, the Vault, Uncle Eugene's feeling a little under the weather. You know what I'm saying? Trying to readjust his medical regimen. All right, but he's definitely say he's gonna be back in the saddle soon. Like I told him, I can't defend these tag team belts without you. All right. So for all y'all talking shit, think y'all want to crack at the titles, man, don't worry. Uncle Eugene will be back soon. All right. So all y'all pretenders that call yourself contenders, you know what I'm saying? Try and deal with your man Chris, aka Apocalypse, and Uncle Eugene the Vault. He gonna be back in the building soon, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Uncle Eugene, you know what I'm saying, as he you know what I'm saying, like I said, dealing with his medical regimen adjustments. This is real life. Ain't no K-Fab injuries here. You feel what I'm saying? Aha. Mm-mm.
And on top of that, for all the haters and naysayers, there's a specific reason we go live and we do not pre-record our shows. If you have a rebuttal, if you have something to add, if you feel like we got something wrong, name dates, etc., etc. Well, all you really got to do is tap that link, chime on in. That's part of the program around here, folks. We're not
That's
scared of you coming in and speaking your mind as long as you're not scared to hear the shit that comes out of our mouth directly after you open yours.
exactly. You heard my man Jay Wall. All right, anytime throughout, not just this show, but all Blurred Minds media programming. Okay, the live links be out. Okay, click on the link, hop on the platform, say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? See if you can hold up. All right, see if you can hold your own. You know what I'm saying? Best to be purred. All right, to bring the facts though, because if you just coming on some frivolous bullshit, you will get schooled. Ain't that right, Jay Wall? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh yeah. If you ain't coming guns and loaded, this is
Yeah,
gonna be a problem for you, not us.
exactly. Hold on 1 second. I'm having a little, little, little difficulty. You know what? Yeah. Anyway, boom, getting it ready, getting it cracking. All right, y'all. We taking a little different spin inside the world that we love and the business we affectionately call Mayhem. All right, we have focused on in ring performers, majority of the Mayhem segments, and so you know what I'm saying, we felt it was appropriate, okay, to you know what I'm saying, to go into another aspect of it, a very important cog of the professional wrestling machine. All right, and that is the guys who call the action, the announcers. Okay, the ringside announcers, or as we calling this mixtape tonight, all right, Monday Night Mayhem presents Maestros of the Mic. Let's fucking get it. Where the graphic? Where the
Well,
graphic?
Where you want to go with it, my friend? Who you want to start with?
Well, I mean, I thought you just had an overall show graphic since it's Maestros of the mic. You know what I'm saying? I thought you had
Oh,
one ready, a little banner or something.
I got that on the thumbnail, but you know what? Actually, just bear with me.
Okay.
Tell
Yeah.
somebody about I don't know, what kind of weed you smoking on right now.
What kind of weed am I
How's
smoking
that
on?
looking for you?
Okay, well, you know, saying since especially being in the 502. Okay, I got a nice little stash. What I like to call some Kentucky bluegrass. Okay, some straight thoroughbred. That's what I'm smoking on. Some thoroughbred,
So
straight up.
my guy's smoking on some thoroughbred,
Well,
and I
shit. I
had
mean, saying spring steaks. Saying no spring as spring meet's about to start. You know what I mean? We are in the horse racing capital. Cam
oh yeah,
down to
that's why my
Derby.
favorite month is October, Halloween and harvest season. Can't
Dude,
go wrong.
real quick while we on this on thoroughbred, you know what I'm saying? Bluegrass, tagline real quick. What do you think about this shit with Baffert, man? And the ruling in court against him. I know you heard. I know you've heard. You ain't heard?
It's very disheartening.
Uh-huh.
It's very disheartening because like I've said on Shop Talk Sports plenty of times,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to bet against Bob.
Right. That this
So
time of year. Yep.
now that it's probably, I would say, likely that Bob's out of the picture when it comes to the Derby. Now I got to find another fucking Bob. So
You gotta find another Bob.
So that sucks. I mean, you was cheating, you got caught cheating, or what? What do you want me to do with that? The thing is, I'm no high moral groundsman. I've done a lot of shady shit. I am an outlaw by nature. I am of the heathen bloodline.
The
So,
heathen bloodline,
so,
Lord.
so when I hear about some like illegal backdoor ill shit, I tend to dig it myself. Like when we were talking about the fabulous moolah.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh
funny thing
wow.
is, I'm at the comedy caravan, right?
Okay.
I'm out front, got me a drink. You know how I do at the bar. I walk up with my own solo cup from home. That's how I
Exactly.
walk up to the bar, just to let
Is
them know
it
I'm
an
a serious
actual
contender.
official solo cup? Like it's the actual. It's not a knockoff solo, right? It's actually a solo cup. Hello, for real? See, he ain't playing, y'all. You know he ain't fucking lying.
I keep them on deck. It's my cup
Continue
of
with your story.
choice.
My bad.
People can have their crystal chalices all they want. I just want a solo cup. I don't. My drinks don't last long enough for it to get hot. I ain't worried about your Yetis.
Right. All right. So you at the comedy caravan. You got
So
your drink on.
I got my drink, and there's some comedians out front. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, this is perfect. I might not even have to walk in this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk up to the comedians, talk to them a little bit, tell them a little bit about what we got to go. Well, the thing is, I walk up there and I have on a WrestleMania shirt.
Aha.
So when I walk up there with that, automatically anybody fucks with wrestling fucks with that shirt. So
Mm-hmm.
this dude starts talking about my shirt. And I tell him, a little bit about Mayhem and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, dude. I said, and he's like acting like he's a historian. So I'm like, well, let me check. Let me check his temperature. I said,
Yeah.
we just did a show this week on the fabulous Moolah.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, oh yeah. She was a dirty motherfucker. Did y'all talk about all of her scandals and how she stabbed everybody in the back? I was like, yeah, we did talk about how awesome she fucking is.
Exactly. Dude, that was Mayhem. Like Mayhem's longest show. Okay, that's easy. I was close to what, 4 hours in duration.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yet when it comes to the performers / the subject matter, I think I said it at the beginning. This may be the most fucked up show up to date. Like Moolah's story alone, her whole life. You know what I'm saying? The mom passing away early and the picking up the cotton and thrown in the industry and the lesbian affairs and the extortion and bruh. You know what I'm saying? Sherry Martel, yeah. It's Sherry Martell's life, story, and career. No slouch Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. The funny thing is, Sherry Martell's story could stand alone until you close the show with the fabulous Moolah. And then it's like, oh, shit.
And the way their stories and careers eventually intertwined. You know what I'm saying? Sherry
Yeah.
trained at Moolah's Academy.
You
Eventually
know what
got
the
booted.
dude told me though? He told
What?
me, remember the guy Jake the Snake's dad?
Yeah, Grizzly Smith.
Did you ever hear? He told me that there was some shit that come out that he was some kind of pedophile.
Mm.
That's what that guy was trying to tell me.
Well,
But like I said, he was trying to put smut on the Fabulous Moolah too. So you know,
I think the Fabulous Moolah did a fine enough job of putting smut on her own name and likeness. So whatever.
I feel like she just played the game like the most greasy McMahons of the world would do.
Right. Yeah, when you really
So
break
my
her
thing is, I
story.
ain't gonna hate
Yeah.
on her for being a woman,
No.
especially
No.
coming out of fucking like you was balling, then you was working on the farm, and you had to
Right.
get back to the bag because she had that balling life at the beginning of her life.
And especially in that era, when you talk about because wrestling as a whole was considered much a sideshow carnival. You know what I'm saying? We've said that so many times on this show. All right. So you take the aspect of women's wrestling, okay? That's like the double joke. All right.
Yeah,
And
because
for
like you said, like they wasn't even really taking these dudes that serious,
right.
but they definitely ain't gonna take these chicks serious.
And not just as a performer. When you talk about a trailblazer as far as the business end of it, like I said, toward the end of her story, she had her own promotion where every show was in Vegas, and that promotion ran for 10 years strong. So, like you said, the bag. Moolah didn't just get in the ring and cash check. Moolah got the bag. She sold the rights to the women's title to Vince McMahon himself.
And why I love her though, her name, the
Mm.
Moolah.
The Moolah.
She's
I
telling
mean,
you right there. I'm getting to the Moolah. Like
yeah,
I ain't worried about none of this other shit.
exactly. Before all you know what I'm saying, porn female rappers, Megan, Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? Megan, before all y'all, okay, that was the original bad bitch getting that bag. Okay, Fabulous Moolah, man. But look, back to this lecture at hand. This is Monday Night Mayhem. This mixtape we are calling Maestros of the Mic, all right? Because we got to talk about the announcers, you know what I'm saying? All that madness, you know what I'm saying? All that physicality, all the craziness that goes in and outside the ring during the course of any match, let alone a whole card. Somebody's got to bring some type of order to this shit. Okay. Now, while Uncle Eugene is not here physically, we definitely in spirit and in influence. All right, because we dug through the vaults collectively over the week, and J. Wild, we picked two classic maestros of the mic. All right, and discussing to this mayhem tonight. And if it's all right with you, definitely with anybody who's watching right now, all right, I would like to get it cracking, all right, with the legendary, the smooth, the svelte Gordon Soley. Let's fucking get it.
Gordon Soley.
Let
me pull this man up.
Gordon.
Time.
Doing the homework on Gordon. Just like anyone else we have featured on Monday Night Mayhem. Not just their career, their life story. Definitely interesting. A lot of interesting tidbits, you know, that you know what I'm saying, that precursor his actual wrestling announcing career. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite shots that I found of Gordon Soley. My first recollections of him personally, thinking about the early days of cable TV, all right, and a basic channel. Back then, the old WTVS, aka the Superstation, based out of that A-Town, that ATL show there. So, you know, one of my early exposures to wrestling outside, you know what I'm saying, between the Louisville, Memphis area where I grew up at, watching wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Gordon Soley, just a definite fixture. All right, particularly when you talk about the early days of Georgia Championship Wrestling, eventually merging into NWA/WCW. like I said, man, this guy covered a lot of big matches, a lot of legendary stars. Roster is too immense to even name. Yet we will get into his life and into his story, and I'm gonna get it cracking. And like everything else, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the genesis. You feel what I'm saying? Got started at the beginning. All right. Whoa. Excuse me. Come to find out, no surprise, Gordon Soley not only is not his real name, J Wall, it's not even close. All right. He was born January 26, 1929, from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, don't you want a cola from Minnesota?
You know what? The coolest thing that came out of Minnesota is fucking Prince. Let's just get that out the way.
Yeah, I probably would agree with that.
You know, and all things associated. You know, Morris Day and the Time. You know, Terry Lewis, Jimmy Jam. You know, but that
the
whole
only other things that was cool about Minnesota was Randy Moss and Kevin Garnett.
That's about it. That's about it. But born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Check this out, J Wall. Excuse me. This is his real name. Like for real, for real. Okay. Let me get this right. Francis Yonard Labiak.
Francis Labiak.
Yes.
And he went with Gordon Soley.
Yeah. Big difference.
That's probably not a bad move.
That is a excellent move. All right. Come to
Gordon
find out.
Soley sounds way more like a TV name. You know what I mean? Like an anchor, especially back then.
Easier to pronounce, and you hear that French influence, and yeah. Everybody knows how much we love France. But anyway, so that's his real name. His birth mother and father actually divorced while he was pretty much a baby. Mom remarries when Gordon is 4, and his new stepdaddy actually adopts him. Hence his second, dos name. It's Yonard Pierre Soblom. The fucking, you know,
yeah, that's the one there that you should just not even acknowledge that one.
It's his legally adopted name. Okay, the first name is his birth name. His mother remarried. You know what I'm saying? Her husband adopted him. Hence, that's legally. What the fuck you want from me, man? What do you want?
No, I'm just saying. If I was him, I'd been like, we got to find a way to scratch this one.
Well, you know, it's all gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Attends what is Southwest High School. This is still, you know, in his hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I didn't know you could pick. I guess back then you could actually pick a major in high school. I know. I'm just reading the facts, man. So his was in radio communications. Ended up earning the nickname Josie. Highly trained, specialized master the PA systems. And when you think about PA and microphone systems back then, J Wall, whew, you know, we kind of fussing about the little reverb we get occasionally on our podcast, no matter what platform, whether it's here or, you know what I'm saying, somebody got to say this shit shop talk, okay?
Oh, I'm sure it was completely fucked.
Right. You think about those old people. See, I think about when I see and hear this and knowing that era, and I think about, okay, a show like Happy Days, okay, that was set in that era. And when they would have like those gym and shitty band scenes, right?
Yeah.
Well, Gordon's hooking up PA systems like that in that for real in high school, okay? The shit gets so sick. Everything, drama club, theater productions, anything, not only his high school he attended, surrounding high school would want him to run their fucking sound system.
Well, so he was like the baddest man at that tech at that time.
Bruh, already being ahead of his time, okay? And like I said, this is even before we get into other aspects of his career. You know what I'm saying? Trailblazing. Not only that, Gordon gets so ill with it, J Wall. This motherfucker is hitting up drama workshops, not at one radio station in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's hitting them all up.
Hitting all the radio stations up to
Yeah,
try to get
and
on.
he's enrolled in what was called these drama workshops. Okay, you got to understand that era.
That's when they was doing the shit over the radio instead of
TV wasn't king yet.
Yeah, so what was it?
I'm saying it. Well, these were drama
TV
workshops.
killed the radio star.
No, it's video killed the radio star.
Oh, video killed the radio star.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's
no.
No,
but she's talking about my singing.
Oh, who? Stacy.
She's looking at me like, motherfucker, are you on a podcast? Quit doing that.
No, he's on a podcast. He can sing and sound like shit because that's what we do here at Blur Minds Media. You know what I'm saying?
She's looking at me like I have to go out in public with you.
Well, she married you. Look, she knew the job was dangerous, was took it, and she was scared. She should have went to church. All right. Shout out to Snoop. For real. Yeah, like she didn't know you were fucking inside. Get the fuck out of her. Hi, Stacy. But anyway, but no, like I said, he starts taking up these drama workshops at several of the local radio stations. All right. This motherfucker is trying to hone his craft early. You feel what I'm saying? Well, graduates high school. Eventually, he moves from Minneapolis to Tampa, Florida. Definitely cooler and warmer surroundings as far as I'm concerned. You know, I've been to Tampa, that Central Florida area. You talk about Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg. You know what I'm saying? Oh, not bad. Not bad. So he moves to Tampa, enlists in the Air Force. Okay, completes his service in the Air Force. Now, back in the real world, he's got to earn that money. Got to get a gig. You know what I'm saying? Gets on as a chauffeur driver. Through this chauffeur driver gig, all right, this is how he falls into his first actual gig as an announcer, all right, and he's calling these outdoor, car races, and not just locally, he's calling them throughout the U.S. These are outdoor stock car races specifically, so I don't know, precursor to NASCAR or whatever. I mean, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but he's calling these races throughout the country. And with his radio background entwined, he's actually scoring on-air interviews, like post-race interviews with some of the drivers. All right. In his spare time, though, he's obsessed with going in the library and curiously, when you think about later on what's going to be his wrestling career, he's constantly studying human anatomy. Okay. Which, I mean,
on some Dexter shit.
Well, I mean, initially I'm like, huh? And then it's like, wait, well, he did eventually become a wrestling announcer. Okay. Yeah, it's some other things he did before that, man. It's still going to play into him as an announcer and just the way he just revolutionized the game as a whole. All right. So, as far as leaving all that, finally his first announcing gig in professional wrestling. He's working the local Tampa circuits. He's making $5 a night. And the shows he's calling are weekly. All right. I wasn't able to find how many shows a night he was he was performing, but knowing how a lot of those local circuits grinded back then, and we're still talking pre-TV deals in any capacity. He, $5 a night, he could have been calling 2-3 nights worth of cards a night. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what, $15 a week on 3 shows. You know what I'm saying? And he's calling the whole card. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these cards, I mean, J-Wall, anywhere from 8, 10, 12 match cards.
Damn.
Easily. All right. So putting it in work, but slowly and surely starting to pay off. All right. As far as TV, scores his first TV gig 1960 for what is known as Florida Championship Wrestling. All right. Now, what is funny is while that initially goes through a lot of changes, he maintains that spot still for 25 years. Because what is initially Florida Championship Wrestling, oh, they're going to go through some changes. It's going to be some big changes, not just regionally, nationally. And Gordon Soley will be instrumental in spearheading those changes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm telling you, we're going to break it down. All right. As far as his broadcast style, okay, one of the things he did to set himself apart, saying from other announcers and callers of the game when it comes to Mayhem, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have your own lingo, you know what I'm saying? All right, you can do the same thing as other people. That don't mean you gotta do it the same way as them. All right, and Gordon Soley, not only did he learn that early, you know what I'm saying, ingrained himself in it. All right, here's a couple of examples. All right, you could be watching a match, you know what I'm saying? There's a few technical moves, few little tussles back and forth. Once that thing spills outside the ring and really gets out of control, all right, he coins what's the phrase known as the Pier 6 Brawl. All right, that was his go-to once a match really left the ring. Eventually, I guess, spilling out to the crowd. All right, would love to see some early reels. J Wall, some of them early matches he called, you know what I'm saying, when he's coining them phrases. All right, one that I clearly remember, I think about my early Gordon Soley days, is when someone got busted open, and the blood squirting, and then it's starting to, you know what I'm saying, just run all down their face, you know what I'm saying, and they can barely see, and he would refer to it as the Crimson Mask. All right, that's one that an eventual broadcasting partner of Gordon Soley, good old JR, Jim Ross, that's one he would run with eventually. All right, and make it a staple of his call. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers biting Gordon style, bruh.
Shit ain't right.
No. What do they say? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, all right, but last and not least, this was.
I tried to look up his quotes, and the first quote that popped up, it was a quote, and I look at the bottom of it, and it says, Fidel Castro. Like, motherfucker, how is that Gordon Soley?
I don't even have a clue.
Fuck you, Google.
I don't even clue. J Wall, you've watched enough wrestling. I know you're familiar with when you talk about the call, at least on some of the most basic moves. All right. You know what I'm saying? I know you've heard a suplex called a suplex, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a fisherman suplex, whether it's a standing suplex, overhead suplex, belly to belly suplex, German suplex. You've seen and heard suplex called millions of times, right?
Yep.
Have you ever heard the suplex referred to as the suplex?
No.
Then you've never watched a match that was called by Gordon Soley.
That's what he called it every time somebody suplexed somebody.
Every fucking time, the suplex. Got to be that fucking French influence. I actually found the spelling for it. Because while suplex is SUPLEX, the suplex is SUPLAY. Oh, yeah. The suplex. See, on those WWE 2K games they've been having for years, right?
Yep.
They got Legends packages. Okay. Not just wrestlers. I think they got performers too. If they ever put Gordon Soley on there and he's doing his call, they gotta have a suplex, bro. When he calls a suplex, I mean, they would just have to keep it that tight. You feel what I'm saying?
Was he the only? Was he the only correspondent that would ever say it like that? Did anybody else
literally before, during, and after have never heard anyone anyone else refer to the suplex. And think about all the versions of the suplex.
So
Yeah,
that's wild too because he owns that entire way of saying it.
yeah, like he could have like copywritten that. That could have been licensed. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about the business end of it, or what do we call it in hindsight, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because no, I never heard it before. I never heard it during his run. I hadn't heard it since.
I wonder if it ever did. Did he ever do commentating with anybody else?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, because
beside
yeah.
him? I wonder
What?
if when he said it, if he would fuck people up. They're like, what is he saying?
Well, like I
What?
told you,
Get a
he
souffle. A souffle.
yeah, a souffle. I need a
They're just
chocolate
looking at him
souffle.
like,
Well, I
the fuck
told
you
you,
say?
okay, if you want to talk about a big gun, and obviously Maestro of the mic when you talk about the next mixtape, Jim Ross, good old JR. Okay,
Good
JR
old
came up.
JR.
Yeah, JR came up with Gordon Soley. So there was times that JR and Gordon Soley are calling matches, and whoo, Lord, when someone would suplex somebody. Okay, I'm simply saying another Gordon Soley staple, the Crimson Mask reference when a wrestler's face got bloody. That's one JR personally took and ran with later on in his career.
Shit.
This is how influential the man we were discussing this first segment, Gordon Soley, is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back to it to answer your question. Not only did he call matches, you know what I'm saying, with other guys on the mic, we talk about working different promotions. Eventually, Florida, okay, Alabama, Georgia region. All right. The shit got so ill, eventually he got hired on to call gigs and promotions in our favorite place now, Puerto Rico. Motherfuckers got to stay out of Puerto Rico, J Wall. You know what I'm saying? The Bruiser Brody murder, baby. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah, man,
Bruiser.
just like one dude, right? So,
Well, I know it's just I know law of averages. It's just like ever since we did that segment, there's been a lot of Puerto
honestly, if
Rico
somebody
since.
asked me if I wanted to go commentate wrestling in Puerto Rico, I'd probably say, fuck yeah.
No, I would. It's just I would join you for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But between Florida, Georgia circuits, okay, there was a lot of cross brand shows, whether they were tape shows or actual arena shows. Gordon Soley once again calling a lot of these shows. Okay, so the man worked constantly, nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Another way he really changed the game and emphasizing the conveyance of physicality to the viewer. He would actually not only interview wrestlers, he would have them put him in certain holds so he can know how it feels. You understand what I'm saying?
He put who
So
in the hose?
Gordon Soley would have wrestlers put him in certain holds. You understand what I'm saying?
So he could explain to him how it felt.
Right, because he wanted to be able to convey that realism to us, the viewers. You know what I'm saying? So even if something as simple as an arm bar, okay, he could call it as the most torturous, painful shit ever because he's actually been in an arm bar.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, but see, how then or even now, how many announcers are going to do that?
Not too many. I've seen him grab Mean Gene up, but I don't know if he told him to or that just was part of the shit.
A lot of those are scripted. When you think about angles or bumps, as they call them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've seen plenty of, the commentators get snatched up. But like I said, I don't know how many times it was their idea or if it was just.
No, listen to what I'm saying. This would not be on camera. This would be like backstage before the cards. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with them.
Oh, yep. So he's just doing the homework on it.
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, he's a master of his craft.
Right. Like I said, he wouldn't just interview him and interact with him. He'd be like, hey, this guy over here, hey, show me this hope. Like, put me in it. And, like, don't fuck me up. But,
Did he have like one wrestler that he just had like a outstanding like fucking dynamic with? Like they would just like kind of like what is the dude? Howard Corso and
Howard Cosell and Ali.
Howard Cosell and Ali. Yeah, some kind of dynamic like that.
This is when I text you earlier, my frustration about going to multiple sources and not finding certain specific career highlights of his. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like with Mean Gene, we can tie Hogan to him. You feel what I'm saying? When you talk about motherfuckers making each other's careers, right? Because I feel it's pretty much the question you asking.
I think you could even say later on in the Attitude Era, I think you could equate a JR to Stone Cold, because when Stone Cold was JR was always like big crack. You know what I mean?
Right. So I feel you're asking the same question about saying the subject at hand, Gordon Soley, and those are things I just couldn't find. You know what I'm saying? Of course,
do you remember him at all?
Yeah, Gordon. Yeah, I told you the early day was TBS. Now used to be Superstation, WTBS. Okay,
that's actually not a bad station. Superstation. I'm not mad at that.
Well, that was the original billing and booking of what is TBS. Okay, this is when cable first came to Louisville. Okay. This was one of the first wrestling promotions outside of what I watched here locally. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Between them and another promotion, me and Uncle Eugene referenced, AWA.
So how was he like when he did his thing? You know what I mean? Was he like comical? Was he serious?
Because
you know what I mean? Did he talk shit?
No, because him and similar to the second guy in our segment, Lance Russell, they didn't want to sound like the big. They didn't want to sound like the bigger promotion guys, particularly as they refer to in the East.
Not only does he
WWF, you know what I'm saying?
He rebounds.
Okay, they. I mean, it was a combination, of course, proper competent. We talking about the proper use of English. Yet you didn't feel like they were talking above you. You know what I'm saying? You felt like you was having a conversation with them about the match.
This is your center bringing it up.
You feeling what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, now of course we talk about WWF. And even AWA, those were the top two, quote unquote, northern based promotions nationally at the time. You know what I'm saying?
I set you up. You thought I was coming based
on. I mean, they kind of rail on them, but one of the big differences was at least AWA is a promotion.
Boom.
All right, and particularly once Jim Crockett came into the pictures later on, as far as saying Georgia Championship Wrestling, NWA, willing to do cross promotion shows.
It's so sad.
Okay. Give a little shine. What the fuck? Bruh.
Not many players in the history of our
What's good?
Have had
What's happening?
Games like this.
It's not shop talk. This is Mayhem. It's my wrestling show.
Dude, I know a little bit about wrestling. Stop with this bullshit, dog.
Okay. Just be ready to sit in, man. You know what? Your ass gonna be in the dunce corner a whole lot tonight. But anyway, what's good with you?
Shit, I'm good.
Nah, man, we talking we flipping it up a little bit. We talking about two classic announcers. I'm in the middle of Gordon Soley. All right, later on, we're gonna do Lance Russell. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get a little maestros of the microphone, that's what we calling this one. You want to get a little education, you know what I'm saying, on the dudes that be spitting that shit, classic old school wrestling. Hey man, more than welcome for you to join along for the ride. J Wall, what's good? You see the real KD in the building, bro?
Oh yeah, I seen him patch in, man. I didn't know if you told him to jump on some league, so I just passed him through, man.
Nah, I jumped on my home.
Woo! Look at that. Oh, he said he grown. He said fuck us. He don't need no permission.
That's what the link's there for, man.
Hey, that's it. What we always been telling you. When you see a link, just hit it.
Inside the huddle.
Okay, just hop on. So, man, glad
Every
you
show's
chiming in,
live
bro.
and interactive.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like I said, Jay Wall, to answer your question specifically, when you talk about,
Playing together.
like you said, you know, Okerlund, Hogan, J.R. Ross, you know what I'm saying? Gordon Soley didn't really have that one guy specifically, you know what I'm saying? But heel or face, management, booking, network guys, I mean, working wise, you know, a lot of people really love being around Gordon Soley. You know what I'm saying? Consummate professional, really starting to blow up a little bit. Eventually, that championship wrestling in Florida Federation, eventually it folds, but basically, I like to say can get consolidated. All right, because when you talk about Georgia Championship Wrestling transitioning to NWA, one of the things that was instrumental about that when Jim Crockett and his promotional powerhouse, he bought up a lot of the big contracts of big name talent in the southern promotions and regions. All right. So them transitioning from Georgia Championship Wrestling to now NWA. All right. First really big national push. This is when people like me first got to see and hear Gordon Soley call matches. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See Ted Turner early in the game, taking advantage of that at that cable outlet. Dude, if you had Superstation TVS, dude, you pretty much got to watch wrestling all weekend.
I know motherfuckers was glued to that. That's probably where a lot of people became fans.
This is the early days of Dusty Rhodes. Okay. Feel me? Don't even have to say it. You see that? Y'all see that? This is the early days when you talk about Gordon Soley calling matches in Georgia Championship Wrestling. Still not even NWA yet. We're talking about Hall of Famers, y'all. Dusty Rhodes. Road Warriors, particularly with AWA cross NWA promotional shows. There they go. The first, major promotion, you know what I'm saying? Outside what I've been accustomed to watching too, because, you know, cable is awesome. Road Warriors is definitely the first tag team. Like, yeah, these motherfuckers are awesome. Okay. Eventually, eventually, you know what I'm saying, his last actual WCW call, was a Slamboree event in 95. Prior to that, he was actually Jay Wall offered a WWF contract, and guess why Gordon Soley turned it down?
Because Vince is a dick.
Well, yeah, I mean that's obvious, but a lot of people work for Vince because he's a dick and still get that check. Gordon said no for the simple fact that he refused to wear a tuxedo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look, that's him right there, right?
That right there, yeah. That's the irony.
Isn't that a tuxedo?
That's
close.
That
looked like something a motherfucker wear at his wedding.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is why you never signed with the WWF?
Right.
Like, go ahead, Kevin. Say what?
I said right.
Yeah. Good.
Man, that's crazy.
I mean, I kind of get the politics because, like I said, being an early fan of this promotion's national push, okay, being able to see a lot of their national push in its infancy. I got to see early Dusty Rhodes. I got to see early Roddy Piper, way before he was rowdy Roddy Piper in the WWF, okay? Got to see Harley Race. Got to see Nick Bockwinkel.
Nick Bockwinkel.
Yeah.
He ever changed his name, or he just rolled with that?
No, that's Nick Bockwinkel. A lot of guys back then, their Billy name was their real name. You know, it's like Eric Sherman, Keith Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
So what about dude splitting himself? Is that before or after this?
Dude splitting himself. Are you talking about Joe LeDuc?
This dude.
Oh, that's Lance Russell. That's the next segment, bro. Oh Lord.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was just.
Yeah, you kind of jumped ahead. Okay, but for wrapping up.
That was this dude.
No. That's Lance Russell.
I know who this dude is now. Never mind.
There you go. But fuck you, J-Wall. But as far as wrapping up Gordon Soley, he was actually supposed to call a Heroes of Wrestling 1999, Legends of Wrestling pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? That was canceled because he actually by this time had been diagnosed with throat cancer. Excuse me. Later on, that led to his vocal cords, of course, being removed. That was one of his last big WCW. Because that's early WCW. We talking about Lex Luger right there. That's not too long after the NWA WCW change, or right before. Him and Flair. But like I said, with this throat cancer diagnosis, he has his vocal cords removed. Unfortunately, he passes away July 27, 2000. What really sucks is his wife, Eileen, who, I guess with both of them being cigarette smokers, you know what I'm saying? Her nickname was Smokey. Okay. She had passed actually 3 years before Gordon's death.
She had both her legs?
Yeah, she had both her legs, but she...
Okay, I was just making sure.
Throat cancer, you know what I'm saying? So while that's his career, life, and passing, I do have a nice set of journalistic accolades, you know what I'm saying? And man, I can't front. It's pretty impressive, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, 2005, what is known as posthumously, meaning after one's death. What is released is called Gordon Soley, Something Left Behind. This was a book, published memoirs. It actually features poetry and short stories he had written throughout the years. All right. March 29th, 2008. Jim Ross, saying former on-air partner and lifelong friend, inducts Gordon Soley posthumously once again to the WWE.
Good old JR.
Yeah, good old JR.
Mm-hmm.
But that's his Hall of Fame induction for the WWE. Digging up this fact was really cool because I did find out that all 5 of Gordon Soley's children, and I have them by name, Pam, Denise, James, Eric, and Greg, all were in attendance. All right, for his Hall of Fame ceremony induction. And J-Wall, I got the list. I got the list, bro. When you talk about, since a Maestro to Mike, these we consider, journalistic accomplishments. Yes, no different from the wrestlers' in-ring accomplishments, right?
Right.
Okay, here we go. NWA Hall of Fame class 2005. PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I've stated before, a good chunk of this heyday, my go-to publication. All right, but PWI, all right, Announcer of the Year, 1977. All right, that same publication had an Editor's Award for 1989, and the recipient of that is Gordon Soley. Oh wait, I'm not done. Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum, class of 2004. All right, WCW Hall of Fame, class of 95. We mentioned his WWE Hall of Fame induction 2008. Wait, there's still more. Wrestling Observer newsletter, best TV announcer from 1981 to 1983. And last but not least, that same publication, their Hall of Fame induction for Gordon Soley in 1990.
Damn. Did his thing while he was around.
Shit. Did his thing, dude. He was on like I mean, it's trailblazing shit. Okay. It set its own mark. Okay, not just Gordon Soley himself. You know what I'm saying? He became the voice of a brand. All right. When you talk about sowing the seeds of greatness, all right, Jim Crockett consolidating all those little southern regional territories, all right, and Georgia Championship Wrestling becomes NWA. All right, the building blocks of what became WCW, the brand that came only what? Jay Wall, what, that close to putting Vince out of business? How close did WCW come? Like,
I mean,
that close.
They was knocking on his door. It was some goody mob. There was some goody mob.
They was knocking, bro. They was knocking.
And what we're saying, Kevin, the guy we just profiled, Gordon Soley, as an announcer, all right, he's part of the building block of the company that came. How close again, Jay Wall? Like, I don't know. Like,
all they had to do was kick the door down.
That close.
Because they were standing on the porch.
83 weeks straight on Monday night, they beat the shit out of Vince. And this dude, okay, this dude is like like I said, one of the building blocks of this shit, man. When you talk about
a billionaire, bro.
Huh?
I said Vince McMahon is a billionaire.
Multi.
Thank you.
Multi. You know what I'm saying? But we're not necessarily focusing on Vince right now, all right? We giving props where props are due, all right? Because this is motherfucking Monday Night Mayhem, all right? Been in the lab cooking this new batch of Raw, okay? I'm trying to let people know and understand, you know, everything has a genesis, man. And when you're talking about the announcing aspect of the industry that we love and affectionately call Mayhem, all right? Before all the big names and all the big guns came out, before there was Jim Ross, okay? Before there was Michael Cole, all right? And whoever on-air commentaries and color commentaries and play-by-play guys you like, all right? We trying to give y'all the goods on two of the OGs of this shit. Kids, you gotta do your motherfucking homework, man. Whenever you fucking with us and Monday Night Mayhem, whether it's the wrestlers we profile, the managers, we're gonna start getting more into the media aspect of it, individually and collectively. J-Wall, they ain't gonna be ready for some of these future episodes, are they?
I don't know, man. Because trust me, I got plenty of ideas myself.
Oh, yeah. See, this is what happens when you part of a conglomerate of free thinkers. You know what I'm saying? So, in the meantime, in between time, J-Wall, because, you know, we didn't – last week's show was so out of control. We kind of forgot to attend to a little business. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, if it's okay with you, kind sir, not just me, myself, you know what I'm saying? Hit everybody off with that Peacock commercial. Man, you already know it's halftime. And while it's halftime, it's your man Chris, a.k.a. Apocalypse, reminding y'all, spring is in the air. Spring cleaning, baby. You know what I'm saying? And part of spring cleaning All right, it's reaching in your closet and digging out them lame ass joints, you know what I'm saying, you've been wearing for the last year or two, all right? Your tax money that came in, some stupid motherfucking bitch that hit you in your cash app, all right? You got some extra bread, so quit being cheap, quit being stupid. Hit up Adrian Richardson, man, and that Peacock commercial. Hit up Adrian Richardson, that Peacock line, y'all. Look at them joints. How many times we got to keep reminding y'all, okay? 100% genuine Italian leather. All right, combined with high quality suede, assorted styles, colors, designs, and sizes. Okay, you need to dare to be different. Think outside the box. Okay, Adrian Richardson Peacock line, and one more quick shout out to my lovely sis. All right, Rochelle Richardson, Shells, Chic, and Unique jewelry and beauty accessories. All right. It is not that hard, ladies and gentlemen, particularly the ladies. It's not that hard, all right, especially for y'all. In-store kiosk at St. Matthew's Mall. If you can't get to the shop, that's cool. Shell Chic and Unique.com, man. Hit her on the web, click on the link, okay? Any way it goes, whether it's Adrian Richardson or Shell Chic and Unique, okay, they're going to do good business with you because you need to think outside that box. Plus, it's stylish to save. One, what's good with everybody? I need to check in on everybody. If you're on the panel, I need you to check in and let me know what's really good with you.
What up? What up? This is your boy, the real KD in the building. Get real to be real.
What's going on your end, Mr. KD?
I'm just sitting up here, you know, watching championship week, trying to check in.
Oh shit. Got that ball bouncing. That's what's up. J Wall, how you feeling, bro?
All is well on my side of the tracks, my friend.
That's what's up, man. It's nice because, you know what I'm saying? Take a little side note real quick before we get to this next segment. I mean, you know, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. And not just, you know, saying whether it's us individually, you know what I'm saying, in our individual lives, but the world around us. And just so much cluelessness. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to give y'all a little break from the monotony, okay? Trying to provide the best in alternative content via Blurred Minds Media, the new faction. And the way we're trying to do our part, at least for tonight, is bringing y'all another twisted, fucked up edition. Monday night mayhem, new mixtape, y'all. Maestros of the mic. Maestros of the mic. J Wall. I need to get with like Earth and Ace Illa. We might need to like make that a song. You know what I'm saying?
Maestros of the mic. We're just going to talk about ringside announcers. That's what the lyrics have got to be about.
Right. See, that could be Caveman Parliament's first song.
Yeah. With front man, Pop Culture Yoda.
And the front man, Pop Culture Yoda. For real. Pop Culture Yoda. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, Kevin, like if you watched last week's episode, you would really get those jokes, bro. Last week was out of control. We went almost 4 hours, bro.
Oh, I'll get that one.
Nah, man, you don't know about Pop Culture Yoda, bro. That's gonna be our new drill rapper. That's him. I said, dude, you know what I'm saying?
So y'all gonna use Yoda off of Star Wars, though?
Nah,
it's not just Yoda. It's
gonna be a
Pop
whole nother
Culture
dude.
Yoda.
We gonna use the Yoda from Spaceballs.
Yeah, it's like he don't understand.
Damn. I'm going way back. Damn.
Yeah, because bro, that's what we do. We keep it classic over here, bro. This is mayhem. This is motherfucking Monday Night Mayhem.
Damn.
What do you say? The power of the Schwartz.
The power of the Schwartz. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, Pop Culture Yoda. That's gonna be our new drill rapper, bro. Like, man, we got it all planned out. That's gonna be stupid. Damn. Like, some way, somehow, a check has got to come in off that shit.
Guaranteed.
For real, man. So no, I just wanted to check in
on the open market.
Dude, open every market, any market, Market Street, Fish Market.
On the market.
Bro, I don't care, man. You know what I'm saying? Fresh Market, Arby's, Market Street, Okay, vegan market.
Hey, market.
Hey, market. If market is in it, and we can get this drill ass motherfucking rapper pop culture, if market is in the word, Blur Minds Media got to find a way to get it to him. Fuck that. Pop culture Yoda. I love that shit, man, for real. But look, we gonna, you know what I'm saying, taking a little side break, whatever, halftime, whatever, but don't think we losing focus. We better get back into it because J Wall.
Yeah, man.
And Kevin, especially,
What up?
you know, as someone that's from the Ville.
What up?
Now, Kevin, you knew the Mayhem, and particularly me when I'm in my zone. So J Wall, you want to give him a little warning of what happens when I say I got to work hard for this one?
Oh, just let the guy fly, man. That's what I do. Just let him roll with it.
Might make it a little uncomfortable. I don't know. You ain't used to seeing me in this form. This, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm trying to walk that fine line between professionalism and personal. But you know, this the next Maestro to Mike is more than near and dear to my heart. You know, in too many ways and names. All right, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I can. Here we go.
Let him have it, son.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are presenting, all right, the second track on this mixtape, Maestros of the Mic. I love that title, bro. I just do. This is Lance Russell. Now, before I get into this segment, you know what I'm saying, let me go ahead and answer a question you probably already asking yourself. Why is this particular segment and this individual near and dear to my heart, personally? It's very simple. In discussing Gordon Soley and saying that was my first taste of professional wrestling from a national standpoint, we talk about a promotion outside of what I've been accustomed to watching. All right, you know, my love for professional wrestling got to start somewhere. Isn't that kind of the theme of tonight, J Wall? The genesis, right?
Oh yeah. The trend said who got it popping off.
Yeah. And not just wrestling as far as the performers and the in-rings and the faces and the heels and the characters, you know what I'm saying? Guys I dug on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Got the guys that can capture my attention verbally. You know what I'm saying? As I have to coincide that with the visual that's being displayed. And this is home. Shitty season. Get butchered on Shop Talk Sports. I'm cool with all that. I'm still from the 502. And when it comes to my first love of professional wrestling, it starts here at home, that old USWA.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we talk about that Louisville to Memphis connection.
Yep.
This is the voice of that generation. This is the voice of that era.
And he was a cold hater.
That's, hey, see, I need you to fall back for a minute, bro. This is my form. I got the notes. So don't try to do my job for me, bro. You don't want to do it. Okay. But I'm gonna get into it. Hometown, born, raised, it eventually dies. Memphis, Tennessee. This is Lance Russell, born all right, March 18th, 1926. Like I said, he actually gets his start in the neighboring city of Jackson, Tennessee. Okay, with two up and coming promoters digging these guys' name out. J Wall did serious homework on this shit. Nick Gulas and Ray Welch. I wonder if that's the guy that like owns Welch's Grape or some shit. You know what I'm saying? What other Welch can you think of?
It sounds like my childhood. Goulash and jelly.
That sounds like a meal.
Goulash and jelly. Was there at least some Wonder Bread involved?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't
Man,
gray
you
with
just sit
jelly
back
on it,
getting high
his
and won't eat
goulash
that
had been a
shit.
stretch 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. All right, so this is how Lance Russell gets started. Okay, previous experience as far as announcing, actually, detailed background experience before professional wrestling. Come to find out, he actually had experience in calling basketball games, boxing events, football games, and yes, even baseball games. All right.
He was just that dude when it came to the announcing.
Wait, and
Yeah.
programming director of the station that he worked at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. J Wall, KD,
But
y'all been on Shop Talk. How many times have we heard the term analytics?
too damn many.
Okay, well, how about some early analytics when it comes to professional wrestling and understanding your audience? All right, because Lance Russell himself would literally, all right, zero in, okay, on specific demographics to maximize audience potential. Do you understand what I'm saying?
To get the audience to gravitate to him. Okay.
Right. No, this is what I'm saying. He wouldn't cater to a specific demographic. Okay. To build the total audience, he felt if a certain demographic, you know what I'm saying, that viewership or that whatever the case may be was low, do
Okay,
whatever
I
it
see
takes
what
to
you're saying.
get that
I see what you're
aspect
saying.
of it increased. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what
Early profiling. Like a fucking unsub and like a serial killer and a profiler. Lance Russell scouting the audience. He taking notes during each TV taping. Well, why are these people not reacting to this? Why are these people reacting to that? Why do these people don't like this? Well, why the fuck do those people love that? You see what I'm saying? He's putting all the math together. All right, it's getting sick. Okay. As far as professional wrestling, okay, itself. All right, he starts doing shows, and what was funny was their tapings. The stations in Memphis was a national ABC affiliate. All right, they would try to air the shows 1-2 p.m. on Saturdays. I remember the old ABC Worldwide of Sports. Okay, those local Memphis shows would get what's called preempted, meaning at this time slot, the nationally scheduled program trumps whatever local program was allotted for that exact same time spot. You feel what I'm saying? See, kids don't understand, wouldn't have no clue about TV programming like this. You flip through your TV guide and it said at 2 p.m. there will be Memphis wrestling on. And yet, you get to see Howard Cosell and God knows whatever else because national coverage of ABC's Wild World Sports is taking over. Lance Russell said, fuck that. And he took a chance. His bosses hated on him. But he took a chance. He said, move the airings of our TV tapings still on Saturdays, but to 11 a.m. And that's when the shit blew up. Because I have nothing but fine and clear early memories of professional wrestling. And as far as watching it locally here, old Wave TV 3 every Saturday, faithfully, 11 a.m.
Right.
Got to see Lawler. Got to see Dundee. Got to see
Right.
Austin Idol. Got to see the Moondogs. And then when those occasional big names would come in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jay Wall, did I tell you I found the Lawler Flair match?
No.
I didn't tell you I found the Lawler Flair match when
No,
Flair was
where's
up
that?
here. Yeah, yeah. I didn't tell you that.
No.
You better check your phone, bro.
Well, it's
It's
possible.
all good.
My bad.
I ain't mad at you. Yeah, there you
Oh man.
go.
Oh my God.
High five. Play his fuck up.
Hey, here's what's really cool. Okay. Okay, we talk about, you know what I'm saying, NWA. We mentioned they've had plenty what's called national affiliates, and part of that, and this reason was the NWA Mid America promotion. All right. It is there he meets his tag team partner. When you talking about owner Dave Brown. Okay, in the first year they click up, there he is. Them two right there. That's why I did my shit.
Dave
Go
Brown
ahead.
looked like Dexter. Don't laugh.
He actually does.
He got some bodies in his basement.
But that's why I did my shit with them two Kings of Rock. You know what I'm saying? Run DMC. Classic. You feel me?
Yeah.
This is how you got your Saturday morning started. If you lived anywhere between Louisville, Kentucky, and Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
And if I had to guess, I would say even as far north as Indianapolis, Indiana at the time. And this is the late 70s, early 80s. You can't say yep because you weren't even there yet. So just enjoy the ride and sit in the dunce corner. This is the classic shit right here. You know what I'm saying? J-Wall.
Yeah, man.
The reference to, you know what I'm saying, certain wrestlers and announcers and the symbiosis of their career. You know what I'm saying? The examples once again. Mean Gene, Hogan, okay? You know, JR, Stone Cold. When you talk about from that aspect and knowing this is the genesis of my love for wrestling and it's the hometown source, if there is ever a local example of that, it is Lance Russell and Jerry the fucking King Lawler. Let's fucking get it. Let's go. Made each other's career. Okay. At the time, Lawler still wasn't even a wrestler yet. Okay. He was sending these cartoons and these little animated shorts, okay, to this TV station that, you know what I'm saying, where they did the tapings at. All right. And that's eventually what actually got Lawler into the fucking ring. And of course, off top, the ultimate baby face. All right. Hometown boy. All right. A lot of their big shows in Memphis was held at the old, what was known as the old Mid-South Coliseum. All right. This is back when, as far as college basketball, since we're going into March Madness, this is back when Memphis was Memphis State still. Okay. You feel me?
Throwback. So at this time when you was watching it, what wrestler was you really fucking with at this time?
Lawler, of course. Him and Dundee, like their history was crazy because they would be tag team / enemy. Okay, enemies. Yeah. Their history was just torrid as fuck. Awesome to watch. Austin Idol, Coco Beware, early Junkyard Dog. Remember my spotlight feature? That's your request, J-Wall. Yeah, early Junkyard Dog, Coco Beware. So many early favorites during this Lance Russell era. It's sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said handsome Jimmy Valiant, right? Boogie Woogie Man. I said him. Dirty Dutch Mantel. Oil Trough.
Oh, that's a name for you. Dirty Dutch Mantel.
Dude, he was from Oil Trough, Texas. The man was the hairiest thing you ever seen. Wore all black. Came in with a bull whip and just
came in and whoop motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, so those were like the Moondogs as a tag team early on. An early Jimmy Hart. You would have asked me about no, but J Wall, do you understand the Pandora's box of questions you just asked me? Well, who were the guys?
I've come to figure out what I've done.
What? Hold on a second, Kevin. Say what the hell, J Wall?
I said once you started rattling them off, I was like, oh shit, that's the who's.
Like, where's my list? Like, where's my list music, dude? Where's my list music? But no, like Kevin, we got like we have a list. I have a list soundtrack on this show, and I have a cocaine soundtrack on this show.
Yeah.
And yeah, because we trying to help Kevin get acclimated, you know what I'm saying, to the collective known as Monday Night Mayhem. Acclimated to the collective?
Nah, I'm just listening. I know.
No. Right. Well, J Wall, you want to back it up for me? What did I just say? Acclimated to the collective?
You did. I feel like that's a new hashtag for some reason.
It is. Acclimated to the collective, bro. Oh my God.
Hey.
Right.
Blur your mind and get acclimated to the collective.
Yeah, man, because you know what I'm saying? Only a blurred mind can do the bullshit. Whether it's Mayhem, Shop Talk. I mean, we don't care. Whatever venture, y'all. All right, we just bringing that real. Okay. But acclimated to the collective. But yeah, when you talk about the who's who.
I like that.
You like that? Yeah. J-Wall, yeah, that's gotta be like some Blurred Minds media swag, like soon.
Man.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get it together.
Like some derby type shit. Like something real. Like I can see like hot little dots twerking in Blurred Minds media like t-shirts and shit. It'd be like a wet t-shirt contest, but with ass.
I wish this was the old derby. But we just did that. He's fucked up. You fucked up with that one now.
All right, man. So anyway, look, gotta take y'all. Not just as far as Lance Russell's career as an announcer, but as far as this Reasons promotion, all-time highlights. All right, J Wall, I told you about the Tupelo concession stand brawl, right?
Yes, but please elaborate.
Okay. Okay. You are familiar with Jeff Jarrett, yes?
Yep.
His daddy, okay, Jerry Jarrett, was basically the boss of this promotion here. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, there's been some attendance issues, particularly at some of their bigger shows. You know what I'm saying? As one who wants to promote shows, you can understand when you put some money in some shit and some motherfuckers don't show up. You know, especially if this happens at like consecutive events. You know what I'm saying? So they got this show in Tupelo. All right. And the culmination of it, it's just Lawler and Dundee, once again, as a tag team, because they're friends now. They have what is the Southern Heavyweight Tag Team titles, okay? And they are putting them up against Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris. Now, one would ask, why would Wayne Ferris's name be of significance? Here's the answer for that. Down the road, a lot of y'all and the rest of the world would know Wayne Ferris as the one honky tonk man. Oh, yeah. AKA Jerry the King Lawler's cousin. We've referenced this before, J Wall. Don't have Alzheimer's on me now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you run through it, man.
Yeah. This shit gets so ill. At one point, and keep in mind, while they were cousins, they really didn't like each other. Like, real.
I got cousins
Okay.
like that. I can
Okay.
believe that.
At one point, Lawler chucks a gallon jug of mustard. All right, at Wayne Ferris, the honky tonk man, right past the left side of his ear, misses him by like 3 inches. Okay, that thing says splat. Okay, this thing started off as a match. They went outside the match. They eventually left the arena into the fucking concession stand. The concession stand, y'all. Okay, before pay per view and WWF hit. Okay, when I would go out of town and tell people where I was from and the wrestling I watched, they would say, as far as just the wildness and of it, they be like, "Yeah, y'all got actually like the wildest shit ever." They would, because it's like it's like they couldn't tell if it was all scripted or not. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
For example, my mother, good portion of her family, they're from Tennessee. All right. I think, okay, twice we went down there, you know what I'm saying, on summer vacation. All right. And, you know, that same reason we're discussing a lot of the same matches with like my cousin, extended family, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be all like cool or whatever. If I was to go anywhere outside of Louisville, you know, and they're seeing some of our same stuff and they're like, what the hell's going on down there? You know, because we were part of that Mid-South region. Like we were the two staple cities, Louisville and Memphis, Tennessee. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every
That is the
Saturday,
Mid-South.
yeah, every Saturday on Old Way TV3, bro. This
Right.
that and a big bowl of cereal. What the fuck else is a better way to get your Saturday morning started when you think about late 70s, early 80s?
I feel like that's a great way to get your Saturday started today.
And this is still before cable even hit.
Yep.
Still, you know. Another way Lance Russell changed the game, and once again involving, you know his Hulk Hogan, that'd be Jerry the King Lawler, in a legendary match against how did we bill him, J Wall? One of our resident psychopaths, okay, Terry Funk.
Oh yeah, that's a misfit for sure.
Yeah, he would definitely be a misfit. We're gonna have to might bring that mixtape back, all right. And the legendary 1981 empty arena match. Okay.
That's wild.
Me and Uncle Eugene have explained to you before that a lot of the regional promotions, that's where a lot of your cross promotion shows came into play. Okay. All right. And so Lawler and Funk had wrestled each other in other promotions and other circuits up and down for years. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once Funk made a play here, you know, not when I say here, I mean, you know, it's in this Memphis Mid-South region, or if you want to go to by the banner, USWA. All right. This match right here, bro. Okay, this had never been done. Okay. They had wrestled at a show before. Okay, I believe Lawler won. Right, if I remember correctly, the backstory on this particular match. All right, and Funk was so hot and heated, he challenged Lawler anywhere, anytime. Doing the backstory, come to find out this was all Terry Funk's idea, a testament to his creative genius. All right. There is actual YouTube video of this entire match, including Lance Russell pre-match hanging out, smoking cigarettes, wondering if either guy's gonna show up. Okay. Long story short, both gentlemen appear, and I don't care. This is a wrestling call unlike any other. This is two of the meanest motherfuckers. Okay. And Lawler, we can talk about his prime in ring. This is still early on in that. Okay. Lawler later on goes on in 1986 to beat Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig for the AWA World Heavyweight title. You understand what I'm saying? when you talk about this is how regional promotions and national cross promotions and these cross promotion matches, you know what I'm saying, can fall into play. And when a guy like Jerry the King Lawler, 14-year journey to get to that AWA World Heavyweight title, all right. But a precursor to that, Lance Russell calls the empty arena match. Once again, the staple facility for that promotion at the time, Memphis, Tennessee, Mid-South Coliseum. No one is there except Lance Russell, Jerry Lawler, Terry Funk, and the camera crew. YouTube it anytime you see fit. Pioneering, trailblazing shit from Lance Russell on the call itself, to the conditions of the match, to the eeriness of no crowd being there. There's an eerie brilliance to it, man. I'm telling y'all, man, for real. Sick shit, all right? So last but not least, has a nice little WCW stint, you know what I'm saying, from 89 to 93. Also, just like with Gordon Soley, Lance Russell eventually calls matches with good old JR, Jim Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So,
Well, damn.
Damn. Right.
We lost him. Oh, here he is.
so JR is Stone Cold's biggest groupie. Like Mean Gene is Hogan's biggest groupie.
Yep.
So
So,
would that make Lance Russell Lawler's biggest groupie?
I believe so.
Do the same rules apply? I mean, I'm trying not to be biased here.
Lance Russell and
So-
Jerry the King might have started this.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you talk about connecting certain, not just wrestlers, like superstars, legends, and that one of the, I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship. We agree, yes? Like, yeah.
Somewhat, because Jerry the King Lawler ended up leaving Lance Russell and going to what is now called the WWE.
Right. Well, I mean, eventually, like I said, Lance Russell,
Yeah.
he called matches for WCW from 89 to 93. Okay.
Right.
So did Lance Russell have anything to do or call anything or live with the Lawler Andy Kaufman beef?
Oh my God. A lot of that is, it's so storied. And I realized, you know what? Lance Russell's portion is actually small compared to the whole story of it. And I realized that would be more suited when you do Jerry Lawler's career story. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What about the dude who cut himself? What's that story all about?
That is Joe LeDoux. Let me tell you about Joe LeDoux. In my early days, like I said, watching wrestling here way before cable and national promotions. Okay, these are the first clear memories of names, figures, and dates in professional wrestling for me. Y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying?
This is the Genesis.
Before there was a Mick Foley, there was this guy.
He was him, pretty much.
Before there was an Undertaker,
It was him.
it was that guy. Before there was a Kane,
It was him.
ooh, the Canadian crazy Joe LeDoux. Jay Wall.
Yeah, man.
Now I think about it more. Not only when you talk about another Misfit or Mayhem mixtape, not only does Joe LeDoux got to go in there, / hidden treasure, man. Part of that lost and found. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. We're going to do it then. We're going to run it back then.
I'm telling y'all, this guy right here, Joe LeDoux, particularly when you talk about this promotion, and they're still kind of finding their way when you talk about on screen, what can we show? What can we depict? How far can we take it? You know what I'm saying? Well, in an interview, and I'm telling you, watch this interview and watch Lance Russell, and you got to really work hard to figure out the sell of Lance Russell's call, and no part of the sell isn't a sell. Like, he's really feeling some kind of way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because in the middle of this interview, Joe LeDoux, the crazy Canadian, now you see he's got that axe. Bring that shot of that axe up again. Bring it up. Where the axe? Well, okay, that shot right there. Now, during that segment, when he initially comes out, he's got the axe on his shoulder. When he just plops that motherfucker on that announce table, man. And long story short, man, Joe LeDoux takes that fucking axe blade to his right forearm. You see where he's already bandaged up at on his right arm right there?
Yep.
You can close up on it. Well, right underneath that motherfucker, he takes 2 nice swipes of that fucking axe blade to his arm, and bruh.
Lance Russell wasn't digging it, huh?
You know what? On a Saturday morning, do you really need to watch, another set of Roadrunner cartoons or Scooby-Doo or, Tom and Jerry? Like, really? When you got this shit.
Right?
I mean, you got Joe LeDoux. And what I'm saying, when you talk about this region and some other promotions he worked, an all-time classic psychopath. When you talk about his persona, entering the dude, I mean, it's an axe. That's a real axe, y'all. Like, that's a real axe. Shout out to the people that think wrestling's fake. Yeah, I'm happy it's a real axe. That's right. Once again,
what?
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead, Kev. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm with you on that because I've been telling people wrestling is real.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. They gonna sit back and they got to make money for their families too.
Yeah. Yeah. And the physical risk alone that they take, let alone the mental toll, the toll on relationships, parents and
people
children.
Have died in the ring, bro.
Yeah,
wrestlers have died in the ring.
Yeah,
if that's not as real as it get, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's like saying construction work isn't real, and people die doing that. Like, I don't even understand the logic of it.
What the fuck, bro?
Damn it, Jay Wall taking the
double shots in the building. Man, we going up double shots.
Jay Wall's going up on a Monday. He said, "Fuck, wait till Tuesday."
Right?
Man, double shots.
Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Let's get high on that shit.
That's right. So, wrapping up Lance Russell, y'all. Okay. He eventually leaves WCW. Okay, like I said, at 93, so a solid 4 years there, including working with JR, Jim Ross, you know what I'm saying? Bounces around, managing Mayhem, alumni of ours, Jim Cornette, and his independent promotion, what was known as the Smoky Mountain promotion, all right? Lance called that, okay, from 93 until its defunction, all right, in 1995. Eventually came back home to Memphis. All right. Clicks back up with his old school partner, Dave Brown. Splitting time, helping break in the newcomer, the guy Corey Macklin at the time. I remember him. This is when I was still watching local USWA programming. Still, you know what I'm saying? Even with access to all the other nationals. I mean, I grew up, I can't leave it. And then I found out Lance is back. Like, fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely cool with that. I was dancing the jig. Now, part of when you refer to that whole Jerry Lawler, Andy Kaufman saga, J Wall,
Yep.
did you actually see the movie Man on the Moon?
Yep.
You know that's actually Lance Russell playing himself, right?
I did not
Damn.
realize that.
That's actually him.
I knew Jerry the King
Damn.
was playing himself. I didn't realize that was.
Well,
Lance
that's
Russell.
the point. Okay.
That's crazy.
Even Jim Carrey did the homework.
Yeah.
If you're going to have the real life Jerry the King Lawler in the Andy Kaufman segment of his biopic, and Lance Russell is still alive,
Got to do it.
I mean, Lance Russell, y'all, whew. Man, I was doing pretty good up until this point, I thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be all right though, man. I'm gonna be all right, man. But like I said, not just this show, man. This particular segment means just a lot to me personally, man. These are my first clear memories, all right, of the industry that we call Mayhem. And Lance Russell was the voice of that shit. What they call? What was it, like the old Pepsi ad? J Wall, the voice of a generation.
Yep. I remember that.
That's motherfucking Lance Russell. You know what I'm saying? But in wrapping his story up after coming back home to Memphis, you know, in '95, you know what I'm saying? Starts to take a seat back, eventually retires. Okay, 1997. You know what I'm saying? And some details in wrapping up the end of his story when it comes to his personal life. His wife Audrey, married for 67 years. 3 children. Okay, son William, daughter Valerie, and another son Shane. You got Shane Russell. Eventually, it was a Shane McMahon. Wonder why at least neither one of his sons kind of took to the business some capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Man, who knows?
Especially on that broadcast.
Because they probably seen the way he was
Well, I mean,
when he did all this shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I mean, what are you saying? Let's go. I mean, cut the crap.
No, how he sat back and basically screwed the USWA.
Listen, man. Here's one of the first, I don't know what points of education you need to learn about, not just this show, but professional wrestling and this era, that time. Everybody screwed everybody.
Pretty much.
So that's not news. That's not what we do here. You know what I'm saying? That's how you say it, J Wall. You know that already going in.
Oh yeah, they all. That's one of the most crooked industries out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now we may showcase particular stories of the screw-its, yet it's a commonality, man. Like, don't be naive.
I mean, that's what I'm putting out there. You know what I'm saying?
But you're not putting nothing out there that we don't already know, particularly knowing we're older than you and know more about this industry. Like, this is where your education comes in. That's why you're on Mayhem. That's kind of why I host Mayhem. Because, you know, I'm the motherfucking man, bitch, when it comes to this shit. You know what? I heard a lot of you motherfuckers trying to talk some shit. You know, we're you know, your tag team partner. You be talking all that shit. Let me tell you motherfuckers something, all right? You know what I'm saying? While we love Mayhem, ain't no K-Fab here. It's all real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, another shout out to Uncle Eugene. He's taking a slight medical sabbatical. Nothing severe, you know what I'm saying? But don't think for 1 minute, bitch, we ain't signing up them belts. You know what I'm saying? Because when he does jump back in the whip with me, riding dirty, y'all gonna be mad about your man, aka Apocalypse, and Uncle Eugene, aka the Vault, back in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Repping Blurred Minds Media and Monday Night Mayhem to the fullest, shining up those belts. We gonna get them ready for you bitches. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they're gonna be mad when the vault's back. You know what I'm saying, J Wall? They're gonna be mad as fuck.
They gonna be mad.
And for that other hater, our original hater, we will continue to maintain a certain level of integrity as we, as you say, deface the history of professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that cocksucker. You know what I'm saying? We're wrapping it up. You know what I'm saying? October 3rd, 2017. Now, he is visiting a family friend. All right, at the time. All right. He has actually had hip surgery, and like a lot of times, I guess an infection. It doesn't say specifically. It just says medical complications due to hip surgery. All right. That's what leads to Lance Russell's passing.
Wow.
4 days before, okay, September 29th, his daughter Valerie, she had passed away from cancer.
Damn. That's cold blooded.
Damn.
And
Damn.
I mean, I knew when Lance passed. I mean, you know, it's not news to me, you know, just in, you know, saying being part of Blurred Minds and, you know, anchoring this Monday Night Mayhem, you know, and discussing, you know, saying both of these esteemed gentlemen, you know, saying we're not taking nothing away from neither one of them. That's not what we're here to do. Just me personally, and knowing this was the voice,
Right,
that first caught my ear. This was the call of the wild for me as a young buck in this professional wrestling loving game. You know what I'm saying? You want to expand on Lance Russell and the Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler saga, you know what I'm saying? I recommend anybody, you know what I'm saying, hunt down Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman's appearance on the David Letterman show. I do know the oh wow, no, never mind.
I think I heard some stories about that. When they went on the David,
How about a 10-year kayfabe sale? These two sold this shit for 10 years.
They battled.
Yeah, but it Kevin, it's what's called kayfabe or in character. Okay,
Right.
They sold it so well, people thought it was real.
Right.
So when you talk about starting off in the Memphis region and then Lance Russell being so instrumental in Jerry Lawler's career and his first national push.
Yeah.
And you got this comedic genius Andy Kaufman involved. But like I said, you know, that would be more of Lawler's story as a whole when you talk about that Lawler Kaufman saga. Well, yeah, there's a shot of where it started here. And that last shot when you seen J Wall put it up with Lance Russell interviewing Andy Kaufman. See, this is still that this mixtape should have an AKA J Wall Genesis. Maestros of the mic, Genesis. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. I dig it.
Not the Genesis, just Genesis. But then Phil Collins would get mad and want to check, and we broke and
I think did he die?
Phil's dead. Is he dead?
If he didn't die, he's sick as shit. So we ain't gonna have to worry about it too long.
Well, I mean, it's his estate. Remember, legally, somebody representing Genesis may want to check. Yeah, see, Kevin's still new to this. He don't know. Yeah, it gets raw, bro.
He said he's just sick as shit, though.
Yeah. Now, last but not least, okay, J Wall, when you talk about just like in-ring performance and their major accomplishments from the journalistic side, you know I got the list, right?
Let's see it.
NWA Hall of Fame 2000. The NWA Hall of Heroes induction 2009. USWA / Memphis Hall of Fame / Museum Hall of Fame 1994 class. All right. The Wrestling Observer newsletter Best TV announcer from 1984 through 1987. And that same newsletter's Hall of Fame class for 1996. If you were to list the 5 single greatest and most influential wrestling announcers, out of those 5, two of them that's got to be on that list. We have profiled tonight, and it don't matter what the fuck your feelings, because these are the facts. And when it comes to facts, your feelings don't mean shit. And even I got to work through that. Because don't think when it comes to, both these gentlemen, Gordon Soley, when I think about my first national exposure and him being the voice of that, being the reason, I got it's 30. What's Dusty Rhodes doing? What are the Road Warriors going to do? Who are they going to do the Doomsday Device on? You know what I'm saying? Who the Horsemen going to beat up? How many bitches of Flair is going to come out in this promo? Gordon Soley got me geeked on that shit. Watch my first share of AWA. When you talk about early exposure to national promotions. Loved a lot of their in-ring action, some of their storylines. Yet guys that called, didn't really move me.
Right.
And this is still before I was familiar with the WWF, and I'm about 3 or 4 years into I would say as a regular viewer now. Okay, because I'm 4 or 5 years into like cable now. You feel what I'm saying? So when you talk about 84, 85, yeah, I'm 3, 4 years into like a regular WWF viewer, no doubt. All right. Yet some of they guys early on wasn't really moving me on the mic. When it comes to hometown hero Lance Russell, and my first taste of that national exposure, and Gordon Soley representing Georgia Championship Wrestling would eventually blossom into NWA and then the mega enormous conglomerate known as WCW. Both these men in their own right sowing the seeds of greatness. Okay. Contributing all that they had and taking professional wrestling, as Jay Wall and myself and others have discussed before, saying the early days of professional wrestling coming out of that carnival setting, becoming a new venue of entertainment, blurring the lines between sports and entertainment. What's real, what's really not real, and not just in ring. You know what I'm saying? The promos. A lot of the promos wrestlers had to do back then, no matter what reason, no matter promotion, there's no script writer, nothing. Okay? Right. Total freestyle. And as a hip-hop artist, what I'm saying as a former hip-hop artist, I appreciate that shit. Maybe subconsciously, that shit influenced me as a musician. I don't even fucking know. You feel what I'm saying? Because not just the actual words, you know what I'm saying? The expressions, the emotion behind it, but way both these guys call matches. And I'm talking classic matches. Do y'all fucking homework. The roster's too big to name. I'll try to give him a little taste, Jay Wall, when you talk about Lance Russell and Lawler being a big key of his run. Nick Bockwinkel. I told you I watched the 86 match where he beat Kurt Hennig for the AWA World Heavyweight title.
That's on your screen.
Okay. Harley Race. You know what I'm saying? All right. I told you I watched when you talk about this promotion and this reason that Lance Russell, and Lawler being, you talk about that Hogan Okerlund symbiotic relationship of that time in this era, in this region. I told you I found the Lawler Flair match, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And watched it in its entirety. I got like wrestling repressed memories. Cause soon as I'm clicking a lot of these matches on, because like I see the billing, I'm like, I don't remember that match, and I click, oh shit, boo, bruh, it's sick. Okay, and we talk about her locally and my love for professional wrestling and how instrumental this city and this promotion was to professional wrestling as
You
a
was
whole.
talking about the Lawler Flair match.
Mm-hmm. 1982. Once again, cross promotional work. You know, because outside of Memphis, Lawler, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of house shows and work. Florida. Hold on. But see, you don't know the history, bro. I'm trying to school you. Just be patient. All right. Lawler got a lot of work outside the Memphis region. We talk about Florida, Texas, Georgia circuits. Those circuits early in the day were under Georgia Championship Wrestling. All right. And what eventually became the NWA. Right. That's what explains things like this Lawler Flair match in this region and this promotion in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Mid-South, baby. USWA in early Ric Flair.
They tried to bring the Mid-South back too, though.
Yeah. Okay. But what I'm saying is giving you just another example. Anybody who's watching live, or anybody checks out the replay, anybody who doubts the contributions my city, that 502 have made, not just locally, not just regionally, nationally, to the industry that we love and affectionately call Mayhem, bitch. And for me, right here locally, it starts with Lance Russell. And that first taste of national exposure, it definitely starts with that voice, and that is Gordon Soley. You know what I'm saying? The first gentleman we profiled in this segment. Love it, y'all. Maestros of the Might / Genesis. This is it. This is the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? You want to get your mic skills up? You might want to study these two gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? No matter what arena you decide to step into, you know what I'm saying? Step into an arena. All right. Shout out on some old school, some straight up gangstar shit. You feel me? What you know about that, J Wall? You know what I'm saying? Ha
I do like me some DJ Premier and Guru.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just trying to let the people know these are two guys that stepped into the arena. All right. And brought the dopest of mic skills. Okay.
The dopest.
Bringing that color, bringing that flavor.
They brought so much dope that you thought they was on that good coke.
Well, I did detail. That's how we do on Mayhem, bro. You know,
I liked it though.
Now, since you was speaking of the turn up, you know, I did find some reports of Gordon Soley and his affinity for the alcohol libation, if you will.
He was a drunk.
Yeah. Well, he
just had to doing his thing, man.
Well, one particular incident that was actually documented, you know what I'm saying, was him acting an ass on a flight. Now him being from the old school, he from the days when you can still smoke cigarettes on a plane and drink. Okay. But you know, times have changed and he's a bitter old man and he's mad about it. Long story short, this motherfucker acts such an ass on the flight. Delta Airlines themselves filed an official complaint with WCW. Okay. Dang. And Ted Turner is pissed. Like mad as fuck. Like, motherfucker, you gonna make it to where can't nobody under our company fly with Delta again. You know what I'm saying? And Ted was getting a good rate at the time. You feel what I'm saying? Early days of frequent flying air
and it wasn't even some steroid injected wrestler. It was the fucking commentator drunk.
The mean, and dude, there's stories to where promoters are like, look, get Gordon to the show, make sure he's sober.
Wow.
I
You
like
know,
how he came in the game though. He came in the game on some straight up Mountain Dew and fucking trucker hat shit. He came in on NASCAR and went to wrestling. Like
right.
all my cousins, he's like all my cousins' hero.
Exactly, man. And we talk about an interesting life early on. You know what I'm saying? Parents divorcing when he was young. Mom remarries. He gets adopted at 4. Name change. You know, master of the PA system. I mean, it's just you know what I'm saying? It just sick. These drama classes he takes at the radio station. This studying of the human anatomy was, like I said, I found that interesting. Knowing later to find out that he would actually have wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, demonstrate moves and holds on him. You know what I'm saying? And all that played into his selling of the realism, man. When he calls the matches, you know, you enjoyed it and borderline felt like he was getting an education. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like he made it cool to be smart about this shit and know what this shit is and properly call it. Just the whole calling a suplex the suplex thing. That's that shit right there is just that's staple. Can't nobody like ever. That's like the tombstone pile driver of on air staples. Okay. No one has ever dared replicate the tombstone pile driver as a finisher. And I bear witness, man, no one has, is, or will ever refer to a suplex in any variety as a suplex and shit like that. While we say thank you, Gordon Soley. In the heart of my hometown, man, Lance Russell, voice of the generations, y'all. Both of them, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, really enjoyed doing the homework, checking out the stories, and helping present it to you, the audience, on tonight's edition of motherfucking Monday Night Mayhem. Maestros of the mic, man, getting it done, y'all. It was good. All right, y'all. Any parting shots? Anybody want anything to add before we wrap it up?
I think you said it all, my friend.
Said it all, bro.
I can't never say it all, man. For real, for real. Well, look.
No, I caught Lance Russell at the tail end of his career during USWA.
Did you?
Yeah.
And what'd you think when you talk about just a guy calling the shit?
Like, I just, when I seen it, I was just like, damn. He did shit like that. Wow.
Just legend, bro. Just legend. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like no matter what you do in life, you know what I'm saying? I guess part of being great is setting your own mark and like, you know what I'm saying, cutting against the grain, thinking outside the box.
Right.
Because both these gentlemen in their own respective rights, y'all, didn't do it by the book. Okay. Mm-hmm. They set their own path, they blazed their own trails. All right. And in the course of that, is, and remain influential forever. When it comes to the industry that we love, and affectionately called Mayhem, all right? If it ain't nothing else, we're going to wrap this thing up. J-Wall, you got anything you need to holler at the good people real quick?
Thursday night, Movie Militia's on track. We're doing 28 Days Later, the zombie flick.
Those British pricks. Like, I'm not a fan of Britain, and I don't think they really made good zombies. But okay.
Well, whatever. There you have it. We already got your vote for what goes in the
I'll cut you a deal.
Trash truck.
I know I'll cut you a deal because
we're gonna say you're gonna go ahead and throw your bid in to put 28 Days Later.
No, what I'm saying is I cut you a deal because I don't know if I'm off Thursday or not. No, because I don't know if I'm off Thursday or not. If I'm off Thursday, I'm saying if I know I'm off Thursday, I'll revisit it. Okay, and go with more of a proper and fair assessment. But I'll only do that if I know I'm off.
Before you ran your jibs about the movie on here, you should have revisited it, motherfucker.
Well, I've seen both of them. I mean, I've watched both of them. I seen 28 Days. I seen 28 Days Later, and they're like,
It's too late now. You don't
it's
like
too
it.
late.
I don't want you to like it. I don't want you to revisit it and fall in love with it.
It's too late. Too late.
I hope you watch it again and you feel like it's the biggest waste of your life. Like, why not do this again? I hope you watch it again and hate it more.
So you don't want me to like it then?
I hope you had some pussy on the line and you decided to watch that movie.
No.
Damn.
No.
And just decided that you should have went.
No. That definitely didn't happen when I watched that movie.
I hope you missed the bus watching it.
No, how can I miss the bus watching it? Because if I know I gotta catch the bus, I wouldn't be watching a movie.
Because you'd be so captivated in how awful it is that you'll time. I'm just trying to think of any petty reason for you to not like it anymore.
Right. But no, because I know where Jay was coming from, because certain movies are like it. It's like, this movie sucks so bad, I gotta keep watching it.
Hey, I promise you, those are some movies I watch it once and I'm like, that movie's trash. And like 5-6 years later, I watch it and I'm like, that motherfucker's alright.
Right.
I don't think I've ever said it was like the greatest of all time. I'm like, I might have slept on this one actually. You know what I mean? It might not be as bad as I thought.
Well, there's those, and then there's movies that are just like, okay, this thing is so bad, I gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely movies. Like some movies are so bad that's what makes them great.
Okay.
I got a movie for both of y'all. It's gonna fuck y'all up.
What?
It's a movie called Teeth.
Called who?
Teeth.
Like teeth?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of this movie, but I've never seen
definitely
it.
Definitely sounds like a horror movie. It definitely sounds like a horror movie.
Dude, no, check this shit out.
So it's not a horror movie?
Kind of, sort of. It's about this little chick. She grows up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she realizes that she has teeth on her pussy, bro.
Wow. I don't think I want to see that movie.
I'm just telling you, check this movie out, bro.
J-Wall,
I feel like me and Derek gotta watch it.
You feel like me, you say what? I feel like
you and Derek gotta watch it now.
Teeth?
Just so we can review
it.
Real killer coochie, huh? Like literally.
No.
Like literally. Like
I'm telling you, watch this movie. It will fuck you up.
So what's the tagline for it? Pussy to die for? I mean, like for real, dude. Okay, teeth, this human centipede shit from years back. Like, what is going on with some of these horror movies, J Wall? And the anatomy.
I don't know. For some reason, the only picture in my head is sticking your dick in the catfish's mouth.
Right. Oh, wait. And see, since he said that, there's this one that keeps popping up on my cinema app. It's called 2. Okay. And the setup is this man and a woman wake up.
I'm getting ready to tell you.
Stop, Richie, stop. This man and this woman wake up sewn together.
No, get the fuck out.
Nah, that ain't it.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm just like, I haven't even watched the trailer yet. Because something tells me if I watch the trailer, I'm gonna be like committed to watching. J Wall, you play poker, right?
Yep.
You understand that whole pot commitment?
Yep.
I got your ass thinking about that movie there.
What I'm saying is, I feel like between this Teeth movie Kevin's talking about and this 2 movie I just told y'all about, I feel like if I watch the trailer for either one of them, now I'm pot committed to actually watching the fucking movie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and that's a decision I don't know if I'm sure I'm gonna be good with. It's like
they both sound like awful scenarios.
And what happens if I like both of them? But what happens if I like both of them or either one of them? What does that say about me?
Well,
like, I don't know.
Either.
Well, actually, I do know.
I'm telling you right now. I've been telling people for the longest I'm a sick motherfucker. If I'm telling you about this
okay,
movie,
so what is it? Teeth and Two.
yeah.
Wow, that's two fucked up movies to just man. Oh my god. Anyway, y'all. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. All right, Blurred Minds Media. We are the new faction. We appreciate the real Katie in the building chiming in. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little look. You know what I'm saying? A little media education. All right, as far as two OGs of this wrestling announcing game. All right, Lance Russell and Gordon Soley. All right, two gentlemen definitely putting it down, trailblazing. Okay, all right, innovative in their own individual manners. All right, y'all heard J Wall, movie Melissa. What's going down for movie Melissa? J Wall, yeah. What is it?
28 days later.
28 days later, the greatest zombie movie ever.
Motherfucker.
Anyway, so y'all heard he said movie Militia, 8 p.m. going down 28 days later. If you haven't seen it, do your homework. If you want to chime in live chat, you know, or hit them the live link. What you bitches scared of? It don't matter the platform. J-Wall, they kill me with that. You know what I'm saying? Talk all that shit. They know the live links out no matter what show. And then they just tuck tail and run. So what's really good?
They'll hit it one day.
Well, maybe one day they'll learn. Maybe one day they'll grow a set of huevos. You know, don't be like Vince McMahon. Quit letting y'all balls go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no word from our final sponsor tonight. J-Wall. 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 Yeah. Macho Nacho Fly Burrito, man. We ain't stopping with this shit, yo. Where we go? That shit's going. That shit's gonna fucking happen. That shit's gonna happen, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm working on a queso recipe and everything right now. Like, I'm sure.
Food truck coming soon.
I swear, Macho Nacho Flying Burrito, y'all. We gonna do it. But in the meantime, between time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see the real KDs hanging out with us for a minute. Y'all already know J-Wall runs the boards, try to keep us in straight, try to keep us straight and looking good. Your man Chris, aka Apocalypse, and reminding you motherfuckers, all right, we're talking that shit. If you ain't about that shit, hop on the platform, all right? I'm on that Public Enemy. Show me what you got. Feel what I'm saying? In the meantime, between time, we're gonna smash out one.
Knock the head off